All right, mac and cheese. Homemade mac and cheese sauce. All right, so homemade mac and cheese sauce with some couscous. This is new to me as far as going to make it a cheese sauce like this. So what you do is take a can of potatoes, which I use this time, or you can use, regular potatoes, boiled and everything. I decided to use the can that I had instead of the half a bag of red potatoes. So I use these golden potatoes in a can. So throw a can in there, and then a handful of cashews. Doesn't matter if they're raw or roasted or whatever you want. Add a little bit of water, and then get yourself some Thrive Market vegan Parmesan shaker cheese. And you add this to depending on the taste that you want. That comes in a little bit. To the taste you want to get it cheesy. And you get it to the consistency you want. So you can see I got it to this, like that. I'm going to put it on the stove. I'm assuming when it heats up that it will most likely thin out a little bit, which is what I want. Now, this same recipe can be used for a dip. Just don't make it so, well, unless you want it like this, you can do it like that. But you can make it like more whippy, and you got yourself a nice potato cashew cheese dip. You can add whatever you want to it, herbs, spices, red bell pepper ground up in there is really good too. Whatever you want. So I found this last month, and it's pretty decent. It tastes like a hot dog chili. This Gardein stuff. So I think I might put a little swirl in there and make it mac and cheese with a little chili swirl. I got some organic tomatoes and yellow onions. It's going to go in there as well. So I'm just going to heat this up on the stove low and see what happens. And I already made this. Just got off the stove. Some couscous. It's Israeli style. It's a little larger. Works great in salads, warm or cold. Works great as burritos. Works great in soup. And it's a recyclable #1 container. Alright. So that should go good. So once this starts warming up a little bit without boiling it, I'll start adding some of the pasta to it. Then maybe a swirl of chili. And the onions and the tomatoes towards the end, because I like to keep them as raw as possible for nutrition and for the taste. Over here is a nice salad for raw alkalinity. Baby organic non-GMO kale, organic oranges, and avocado. Same thing with red bell peppers. And over here, I started drinking it already. This is a combination. Sometimes I combo it for health reasons and to make them last longer, each last longer. So here is a Vega 1 chocolate, which by the way is a really good chocolate taste. Out of about 4 or 5 over the years, it's the best chocolate taste. Their vanilla is horrible. This chocolate is kind of blah, but I like the ingredients in here and the amount of vitamins and minerals. Although that one's not that bad. So that's why I'm mixing it together. And I use it in regular water. Sometimes, like tonight, I added a little bit of non-dairy almond milk to it. And so that's a protein replacement meal, and it's got tons of vitamins and minerals, and it's all vegan, plant-based, non-GMO, organic, and all that. Over here, I'll have after dinner. Sometimes I have this first, and then I have that. Tonight, I just reversed it. Just did it that way. So the flavors that are great are this immunity tangerine, lemon lime, watermelon, sweet berry, chocolate, and I think that's it. Some of the other flavors weren't that great. This one's really good. And they're all based on grass juices like oat, barley, wheat, alfalfa grass, and then they have their each unique blend of vitamins and minerals of different, their different blend of roots, veggies, and stuff like that. Again, great for alkalinity and cleansing. This is spirulina. This is fresh and salt water processed in Hawaii. It's awesome. I got the scientific data sheets on them. It's naturally occurring. See that, I guess. Anyway, they don't label it on this new bottle, but it's still the same. I checked it out. I got the data sent back to me. It's incredibly high in vitamin A, in B12, and vitamin K. Naturally occurring. We're talking like 200 to 300%. So that's awesome. And yeah, so that would be like additional to my meals. And 1 meal a day, non-GMO, organic, raw, to the best of your ability. Try to grow your own food, and recycle as best you can, like number ones and number twos on plastic. Glass bottles and cans are acceptable, and not really much else. All right, 2-bedroom, 2nd floor apartment. You can do this in apartments or homes. There's cucumbers. This is some floral section for now with some strawberries growing. Some more strawberries, and we got celery, red bell pepper minis. Oh, that was a bell pepper as well. Basil that I keep cutting and growing. New cilantro that's starting. Oregano that's almost reaching its adulthood. Cut sage for about 6 months now. Some Brussels sprouts growing over there. All right, so here's large bell peppers and different types of tomatoes. So like maybe Campari or grape, I forget. Roma, and potatoes down there in the middle. Social garlic, and some more cucumbers over here, some parsley, and either grape or Campari tomatoes. That will be green onion, and yeah, that's it for now. A lot of room is taken up by strawberries, which you're going to see. Otherwise, I had just finished lettuce and spinaches and radishes, which is easy to grow. Well, lettuce for me indoors sometimes is a little bit pain in the ass. Sometimes it grows well. So before I go on to the strawberries real quickly, those peppers, both size peppers, and all the tomatoes and the potatoes, were all store-bought, non-GMO and or organic, and eaten and seeded and regrown and seeded and regrown and seeded and regrown. So you can do that from your local supermarket. The potatoes were spudded. They were red potatoes, pretty large ones, or medium to large, and they sprouted, and you can see them growing. So here with the strawberries, I started with 6. I'm about 15 months into this, or just 15 months into the indoor growing. And as you can see, it gets some natural sunlight too. So yeah, 6 years. 15 months in, I started with 6 plants. And now, as you can see, the baby and the baby and the babies, and you'll see in the other room, I'm up to about 82 now in 15 months from 6 plants. I never expected that to happen. They said it was possible that some plants could daughter, but all mine are basically daughtering, or babying. I call it babying. All right, so down here is wild mint. There's like 3 or 4 little buckets down there. I got that in the wild next to a creek, and it's been growing for like 5 years. It's spearmint. It's awesome. That's some flowers and trees that will get going. So here's the rest of the strawberries, with all their babies and everything. And here, doesn't look like 80, like you saw that shelf. I think I counted something like 40 something out here, because like, you know, like what, 3, 6, 9, 12, 18, 15, 21, right? Something like that. 3, 6, 9, I think they're even. 12, 15, 18, yeah, 21 right there alone, and then probably about 19 or 20 there. You know, so that's how many you got. And then all the babies that are growing out are included. You can see it on the walls a little bit. They're sparking out. So you can do this. It's, you know, grow your own food. It's fresh. It's awesome. And it's pretty easy. You can just get GE Grow Lights seed to fruit, red and blue spectrum, 2 foot long. The rack system's called Hyper Tough, Walmart online. And it's 3 different colors. And it's 3 feet, 16 inches, 6 feet high. 5 adjustable shelves. So I threw some mac in there, and the tomatoes and the onion, and it's not liquefying as much as I thought. I'm going to put a little top on it, but it does taste really good as a cheese sauce. Now, I probably should have done it like in the blender and made it a little bit more liquidy, and I think that would have been easy, and then you could pour it out as well. It'd be simpler. So if you do this like I showed you, you might want to, you know, it's a really good base, but if you make it a little more liquidy, which I think might be better, you're gonna have to add more of that cheese stuff to it to keep the cheese taste. Right now, it's really, really good. A simple way to make a cheese sauce. Now, another thing I should tell you is I make vegan cheese with that too, and I make a block cheese. Sometimes I do the same exact stuff. I add a little bit of more olive oil. I don't know if I said that, but I put olive oil, just a touch, in this cheese in the processor, and you can whip it up and spread it on pizzas and bake it in the oven, and it will come out gooey and cheesy. It's real good. You can do it that way as well. So this is how I'm going to eat mine tonight. I'm going to let it heat up a little bit. I tasted it. It was really good. Put a cover on that. I added a little salt and pepper to it as well. I think I'm going to skip on the mac tonight. The chili. I like the way it tastes, so the first bowl I'll have, or for tonight, I'm just going to have it like that. But just to show you, you can have this in it as well. Make it like a mac and cheese and chili. You know, I wouldn't put too much in because it would probably take the flavor away and overdo the cheese. But to heat some of that up, and when you heat this up, it should get a little bit soft, if I remember correctly, and then swirl some in there. And that's it. So that's my meal, and that's the mac and cheese. All right, lots of love to you. Bye-bye.